Let's switch focus to cybersecurity. Education institutions, finance companies and government are among the sectors most prone to cyber threats. That's the word coming in from Sundar Balasubramanian, Managing Director for India and SAARC at Checkpoint Software. Speaking exclusively to my colleague Ashmit Kumar, he said that Indian companies get hacked twice as much as the global average. Listen in.
On an average, the Indian enterprises get hacked twice as much as the global average. In fact, the number of attack vectors on the Indian enterprise is significantly higher. In our experience from Checkpoint Research, we find three verticals extremely vulnerable. The first one being education, and then government and the BFSI verticals also being under attack right now. So the pandemic has significantly changed the way the threat vectors are happening right now, attacks happening right now. And I'm not saying the other verticals are not invulnerable, but I mean, these are the three verticals that we in our experience see suffering the most.
Can you put a number to the potential losses caused due to such cyber threats? Is there an assessment that has been done in terms of what the potential annual damage could be like, courtesy these cyber threats?
So we don't put a monetary value to these attacks because these are threats coming in, but not necessarily successful, right? We measure the number of threats coming in, but not all threats are gone through creating a monetary damage. But to answer your question in a different way, we are seeing the threat vectors coming in more from the email that is in use, right? So if I had to give you some statistics, 2020 prior to the pandemic, the threat vectors through the email was about 36%, and the rest of it used to come from the web, about 64%. And as of last half, which is January to June, we had 89% of the threat vectors coming in through email and only 11% coming through the web.
India very recently has completed what the government has called a very successful round of a spectrum auction, 1.5 lakh crore rupees. That's the sum realized. The telcos are quite bullish in terms of their rollout plans. But this, of course, presents a new landscape of digital threats in terms of machine-to-machine communication, IoT. What is your understanding of the nature of these evolving digital threats in a post-5G environment?
Yes, I mean, 5G is a very welcome change to the country from a technology and accessibility standpoint. But along with it, it also brings in the threat which is easy to use, is easy to connect with. It provides various forms of data and information down to the last mile. But along with it, it's also very important for us to secure the devices which are going to leverage the 5G, right? So my concern would obviously be, number one, mobiles. Okay, I always believe that mobiles are going to be a significant threat vector if not managed properly. The second set of devices which are going to come onto the 5G network, which could be your smart devices, your cameras, your printers, name it, any device which is intelligent getting onto the network is a potential security risk right now. So I think the country is prepared. I think we are prepared to really make sure that we are bringing up our defenses. But yes, as you rightly said, 5G is something to watch out for and be extremely careful about from a security standpoint.
As India goes digital, how would you look at the level of awareness and preparedness for such threats?
I think the level of awareness and preparedness from a policy, strategy, IT strategy, digitization, the fluid perimeter, I think is good. I think India is fortunate to stay ahead of the curve on that one. I think the challenge that we might land up having in the years to come is more about the skills which are available. Today, India does have a severe skills shortage of cybersecurity professionals, right? So we probably have 50 to 60% of all that we need.
How are you looking at the Indian market and the role that you see India playing as far as Checkpoint is concerned?
The Indian market is very, I would say it's growing at a good pace. I would estimate the market for cybersecurity in India to be anywhere upwards of $2 billion as we speak. Which indicates I would say the posture of the country as a whole. So there is a huge amount of cybersecurity awareness. The market is growing pretty actively. We are also seeing that growth happen with Checkpoint in the country. We work 100% with our partners. We are 100% channel-driven company. We believe we have the right products in the business, and our partners are the ones who actually take it to the market and make it work. So overall, I think the market is growing at a very, very good buoyancy right now. right? And I think this buoyancy is here to stay, because I think this also, in a way, is reflective of the way each of us treat security in the country. We take it with the utmost seriousness and respect, and I think that leads to the buoyancy that we see in the market right now.